Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. I love Judge Jeannie. She talks about Trump turning things around when Kavanaugh is having a very difficult time, and it starts a reaction, and it succeeds, and he's very inspired in some ways beyond what I think most people understand. Let's get a little bit of this clip. I thought it was very well done by Judge Jeannie.
So far, you have to be very, very excited about what you accomplished, and you accomplished it.
Well, I am very excited, and the protesters were a very small group, a tiny group of people. I just left tens of thousands of people in Kansas, and
tens of thousands of people in Kansas. And they didn't talk about the tens of thousands of people in Vegas. Trump has a very, very strong following and is very influential in what he does. But the media is not covering it, of course.
It's amazing what's going in the country, and we have a great new Supreme Court justice, Jeanine, as you know very well.
I do. And Mr. President, a lot of people, other presidents might have pulled the plug, and we were talking about this while we were trying to reconnect with you. There were a lot of other conservative justices that you could have said, okay, let's try somebody else. And it wouldn't have been the first time a president did that. But you stuck with Kavanaugh during his darkest moments. Why?
Now, she asked this question, why did you stick with him? But listen to the answer. Kavanaugh is very, very well qualified, if not the best qualified, to fulfill the Supreme Court on the conservative side. But this is what Trump answers.
Well, for one thing, it would have been very unfair to him if you think about it. He's a highly respected man. What the Democrats did was disgraceful. These things happened that just came out of the wind. There was no corroboration. There was no anything, Jeanine. This is a high-quality, brilliant man. He'll be a phenomenal Supreme Court justice, and it was my honor to stick. And I know that. A lot of people told me that. They said, well, we'll switch. You'll never get anybody like this. This is a very, very outstanding person and individual with an incredible family, and it would have been very unfair to him. What they did was disgraceful, what the Democrats did, and you saw that group.
Now, he talks about the group, but let me back up here. He mentions that this is a highly qualified man. You'll never get another one like him. And he'll be on there for years, if not decades, which is really a great thing.
With Blumenthal, who falsified his service in Vietnam, and a terrible mayor of Newark, New Jersey, Cory Booker, and, the whole group, Dianne Feinstein, who, in my opinion, leaked the papers. It was terrible what was happening and what was happening. Very unfair, so I did stick to me, yes. And I'm very happy I did.
Mr. President, you have a very uncanny instinct. You have a gut sense of things, and you were very disciplined after Christine Ford came out and the left was going wacky. But there was one point where you pivoted at a rally in Mississippi just a few days ago. You went off script, and some people said that you were extremely unkind to Christine Ford. But what was it that got you to pivot from your restraint about her and to fight for Kavanaugh at that point?
Well, there were a lot of things happening that weren't correct. They weren't true. And there were a lot of things that were left unsaid. And I thought I had to even the playing field because it was very unfair to judge. Now I can, very nicely say Justice Kavanaugh.
Right, right.
It was.
So he wanted to level the playing field, and he did. What was done to his family was really, really wrong and sick. And what was done to a judge or Supreme Court judge now, Kavanaugh, was very sick too. Yeah, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. I'll give you the full scope on this thing. She spoke for 16 minutes with Donald Trump on the phone. Very well done by Judge Jeannie, and I'm glad Kavanaugh is now Supreme Court Justice. There were over 377,000 views on her talk with President Trump and why he did what he did and how it turned out to be a real success and feather in his cap. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. I'll give you the link. Good day, and share this with others.